Hey everyone, back again. Today I'm going to talk about Frantz Fanon's notion of sociogeny, or sociogeny. Anyways, I got quite a few recommendations to cover this term, which I found surprising because he only mentions it very briefly, but people were interested, so this is my effort to explain it. And hey, if you're new here, hi, I'm David. I try to explain philosophical texts and ideas in a way to make them accessible to you, so if you're new, you can hit subscribe. You'll see videos I release every week, sometimes twice a week. You can go check out my some 250 episodes I already have up. If you want to follow me anywhere other than here, you can follow me on Instagram at theory_and_philosophy or on Twitter at David Guigno. There are links for all those things in the descriptions. If you want to help me out, do all those things I mentioned, like, share, subscribe, follow. You can also help me out monetarily via Patreon or PayPal, but obviously no pressure. And if you found this on YouTube, you're going to be able to find it in podcast form if you're into that. Pretty much anywhere you get podcasts, I should add, or if you found this in podcast form, you'll be able to find the video on YouTube if you're into that. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this important term. Now, sociogeny comes out of black skin, white mask, which I've covered in its entirety on this channel that you can go and check out if you wanted to. And this term, to put it really simply, is an effort to understand the ways that social factors contribute to one's psychology. Now, specifically in the context that Fanon writes about, he writes about the ways that racism produces real psychological impacts or effects on black people. Now, Fanon is a trained psychologist and psychiatrist, so he was very much within that tradition of looking at people, engaging with people who had psychological illness and helping them through it. Now, many of his colleagues, and we get this in the psychoanalytic tradition certainly, stopped there. That is, they would just look at individual people's ailments and seek to treat those individual people's ailments. So it would just be like treating symptoms, not actually treating the cause. Now, what Fanon sought to do was to say, okay, I am seeing these recurring psychological ailments among black people. Now, some of these would include feelings of inferiority to white people. Some of these would also include feelings of worthlessness, feelings of a lack of attachment to oneself and one's community. And so Fanon said, there's something going on here. So on the one hand, as psychologists, the field he was very much trained in, he said, we can work with these people to make them feel better, to help them get through these feelings in the moment. But we should also work to ameliorate the conditions, that is, to improve the conditions of the world and of society so that these same symptoms, these same psychological ailments do not keep coming up. So this means going against racism in order to make sure that this does not occur, so that people do not have this response, these psychological feelings. So he's proposing then a dual approach, one that will engage with individual people, because he suggests that if society were to just change like that, and one day racism is just done, the psychological harms from histories of it are going to remain. So he suggests we're still going to need psychologists and psychiatrists to work with people and help them get through this. But at the same time, he says that is not enough. Of course, we need to be working to make sure that it isn't replicated or reproduced in the future. So he proposes this term called sociogeny, which is, he contrasts to and puts kind of alongside the domains of ontogeny or phylogeny, which are biological approaches to studying organisms, to bridge sociology and psychology, to say that sociology, society, social factors can have real biological, psychological effects. Hence the need to bridge the two, bridge society with psychology, and hence sociogeny. And yeah, this is just a short episode. I hope that it was able to clear up this term or make it apparent to you. If you like what I did, like, share, subscribe. If there's anything I got wrong, I'd love to hear about it. Anything that you think I should have included. But remember, I've covered this whole text in which I explain this term a little bit more and its relationship with sociodiagnostic approach, which you can go and check out if you want. But if there's anything you really think I should have included, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, catch you next time. Take care.